Okay, hi everyone. So today I thought I would talk a little bit more about this idea of the scale outline and how to create a scale outline for any song that you want to learn to improvise over. This is one of the revolutionary ideas that I took away from Barry's class. And I think I'm going to do a series of videos on different songs, but I would like not just to talk about how to do it for that specific song, but to talk about principles, ideas, how you can go away with a set of instructions that then you can apply to pretty much any song you want. And then other ways of thinking about it, because you don't only have to do scales, you can do chords, you can do all different kinds of things. You can try scales from different scale degrees. It really is just a launch pad and sort of a baseline for how to learn the harmonic content of a song. So for today's example, I thought I'd talk about After You've Gone, which is a song that comes a lot in class. And it also outlines a few choices and a few key moves, okay? So let's get right to it. So After You've Gone starts on the 4-chord. We're in B flat. Now, most of you who know Barry's world knows that when you play a scale, you play it up to the 7th and then back down. Okay, like that. Or down from the 7th. Whenever you do a scale, it's 1 to 7, and that's because it puts it in the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's that. So anytime there's a scale mentioned, you go to the 7th. So After You've Gone, it starts on an E flat major 7. Then it goes to the minor, the 4 minor, and then it goes to the 1. And again, this is not a 3-chord. This is a 1 chord with a 3rd in the bass. And then here is a 6-chord, but it's a major version, not a... It's a major, and it goes to a 2 dominant, okay? So let's focus in on those 4 measures first. So you're going to play E flat major up and down. Now you have 2 choices. E flat melodic minor up and down. Right? The other choice is when you think about E flat minor is the important minor of A flat 7th. For more on the important minor, please look at the video on practicing 2-5-1s, the video on the 6-chord rules, the video on the Diminished Genealogy. All of these things talk about this idea of the important minor, basically the minor that's found on the 5th of any dominant. So an A flat 7th has a minor on its 5th, which is E flat minor. By the way, people in the music school industrial complex call this the relative 2. Okay, so same idea. It's a minor that's on the 5th of the dominant. Therefore, for the second scale, you could play A flat 7. So you could go E flat major, and then A flat 7. Now the difference is this D flat. When you play E flat melodic minor, you end up with a D natural, and it's after you gone and left me crying. That's the actual melody. But what if I wanted to do something like this? Kind of like a sus sound. And this is something that you find a lot. Bird would do it, blah, blah, blah. That is actually this scale. Now, everybody that's been to music school will say, hey, that's an E flat Dorian. And then, you might get yelled at. Because that's actually an A flat 7 from the 5th. That's how you think about it. A flat 7 from the 5th. So now you end up with this. Okay, so then comes the one chord, the B flat major. And then you'll go to that major G7 sound. Okay? So, and what that gives you is something like that gives you that really, all those major sounding notes, right? Instead of going, I mean, that's a perfectly nice too. But in staying with the character of the song, I would say that that would be the correct way. So you'll play G7. Then you got a C7, F7. And then the song goes, you'll miss the dearest friend you've ever had. Right? It's B major to F7 to B flat 7. Why 7? Because you're going back to the 4 chord for the next phrase. So reviewing. E flat major. Let's try that A flat 7 from the 5th. I like that sound. Another thing you could do, you could just go from the root. Actually, let's do that. So we've got. And that's why I wanted to do it, because it forces you to go somewhere you might not otherwise go. And it forces you to see the roots. That's why this is such a beautiful exercise, because then when it comes time to improvise, you already see everything. That's why, at least for myself, to my mind, that's why we do this. So here it is again, E flat major, A flat 7, B flat major, G7. Okay, C7, F7. Now, all of those were 2 measures long. Now we have 1 measure of B flat major, 1 measure of F7. Then you would just play it up. And then you would do B flat 7 up and down, because that's 2 measures. Okay, and so on. So how are we gonna break those scales up? Let's first of all practice it in rhythm. So now tap on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the half. So how we're gonna do that? So let's pick a number from 1 to 8. I don't know. Let's roll a dice. It says 6. Okay, 6. We rolled a 6. So right, I'll start on the 6. Maybe I'll do. You see that? I'm gonna use my rules, my half-step rules. Right, in this case, I'm doing E flat major, and I'm going to do the rule. For more on the rules, there's 3 videos outlining all of the half-step rules. So this is a rule of 1 half-step on a major, where you put the half-step between the 6th and the 5th. Then you'll come to the 4th of the A flat 7, which is D flat. And you'll come down the chord. A chord is skip a note, skip a note, skip a note. That's it, 4 notes. Coming up the chord would be, or something like that. Then you've got, so where did we end? We did, And then here you might say, here's where you want a shorty. A shorty is 3 and 4 and 1. 3 and 4, 1. And then he'll make the shorty longer and say, add da 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 da. Guaranteed, dollars to donuts. That's what would happen. So, what do we have so far? I use the rule, come down, surround, come down the chord. Okay. A shorty. That's where that major thing, because now I can use the important minor on the G7, which is D minor. Come down an arpeggio. An arpeggio is a triad with a doubled note. And end up with this beautiful natural 13 sound. And then I do 2 half steps. Right? So what's the rule on the 2 half steps? The rule on the 2 half steps is a half step between the second and the root and the 7th of the C7. And then I came up the important minor again with the So you see how now using these ideas, chords, triads, the half-step rules, among many others, that's how you break up the scale, and that's how you build a solo. So what do we have so far? So we have... and that gets us to the C7. All right, I think that's enough for now. I think that now you can take the rest of the song and apply the same principles. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stop this video here. But I will continue to do the rest of the song. And the rest of this video then is going to be available on my Patreon page for all the different tiers of membership, where we'll get to the end of the song as well. And I'm going to just keep doing these snippets of songs, because then over time you'll see how the practice sort of evolves, and you'll see which principles to put towards which song, right? And then I also wanted to do some modern songs that might not be covered in class. And then, because to me that was extremely helpful, like trying to learn how to play over Pinocchio, which is a crazy. That's so pretty. So A flat 7. I can't stop. It's very easy to go down a rabbit hole with this stuff. But the thing is that it's all tonal music. And all of tonal music is based on the same system that goes back to the 15th, 16th century. And it's all about how you think about it. And there are certain rules and there are certain formulas that you follow. And Barry's a genius at getting right to the heart of those rules. And this scale outline idea is one of them. So for the rest of after you've gone, consider visiting my Patreon page. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with all your friends. And, really appreciate all the comments and all of the great feedback I've been getting. It really is inspiring. So thank you all, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Keep swinging out there.